So that's why you need the key to that door.
Someone mentioned something about a Key Warden. Does that ring any bells?
Yes, it does. This place. Let's say it's a place for those who don't know where they belong. Countless doors leading to different worlds, timelines, possibilities. People who come here, who stay, they're desperate, hopeless. They're trying to change their lives, to escape the things they can't control. They believe these doors will take them to a better place, but the longer they stay, the more they travel, the more they become shells of themselves. Empty. No minds, just wandering.
And are you one of those desperate ones too?
I was. I am.
So, how do you get the key from this Key Warden?
There's a place you can find him, 2 doors, leading to 2 different labyrinths. One leads to the path of regret, the other to the path of desire. The labyrinths, they're dangerous. Monsters lurk there, monsters from the past, from the future. People get lost. Some never come back.
So once we find him, he'll give us the key?
You will, but in exchange for something. A memory.
A memory?
Yes. It could be a small thing or something more important, depending on the door the key opens.
So your memories unlock the doors.
You know, people call you the door walker. I guess you've given up quite a few memories along your travels, haven't you?
So, do we just pick a door then? Regret or desire?
I'll go with you. We'll split into 2 groups. One group will take the path of regret, the other the path of desire. One group will surely meet the Warden. But you should be prepared. Before you find him, you'll have to decide which memory you're willing to sacrifice.
A memory. It's quicker that way. Splitting up gives us a better shot at finding him.
I agree. It makes sense.
Then follow me.
Hey, Faar! What about these wardens? The machines guarding the doors? What are they?
They weren't always machines. They were once like you and me. Adventurers. People who came to the crossroads with their own desires, their own reasons. The longer they stayed here, the more they lost. In the end, they gave up all of their memories. They gave up who they were until there was nothing left. No past, no future. Just machines protecting the doors they once sought to unlock.
So, they gave everything for the doors.
All they had left were the doors. The ones they couldn't open, and the ones they had to protect.
And how about you? How many memories for you?
2.
2 memories isn't that bad. Could have been worse.
2 memories are all I have left.
2?
So, this is it.
Seems like it. Alright, let's split up. Vox and I will take the right door. You and Faar take the left.
Are you sure this is a good idea? What if something happens?
I'll be fine, Leafy. We'll stick to the plan. Besides, someone has to cover Vox's back.
Oh, like that time in Arendor's bar? Pretty sure I wasn't the one who needed cover.
Hey, I was distracting them.
Mm-hmm. Let's call it that.
Don't worry about us. Just stay sharp, okay?
See you on the other side.
Show me.
Yeah. Let's go.
Welcome to another episode of the B&D podcast. Since it was April Fool's Day, we thought it was the perfect time to dive into something a little strange and spooky, so this episode is all about mysterious creatures that lurk into the shadows. Are they real or just figments of our imagination? Val and I have each found 3 creepy legends, making a total of 6 uncanny myths to share with you. So sit back, turn down the lights, and get ready to hear them told as mysteriously as ever. First stop, the Scottish Highlands, the Loch Ness Monster.
The Loch Ness Monster, often referred to as Nessie, is a legendary creature said to inhabit Loch Ness, a large, deep, freshwater lake in the Scottish Highlands. Descriptions of Nessie vary, but she is often depicted as a large serpentine creature with a long neck rising out of the water, similar to a dinosaur. A fog-covered Loch Ness under a red full moon. The air is still, and the only sound is the gentle movement of the water. Suddenly, a low voice echoes from the mist. They say I'm just a myth, a legend to frighten the curious, but they don't know the truth. I've been here long before your stories began. Beneath the cold, dark waters of Loch Ness, I wait. The water stirs as a shadow moves beneath the surface. A boat with a few adventurers is approaching, closer to have a peek at this mythical monster. Are you afraid? Maybe some things are better left unseen. Some things are better left undisturbed. I am the silence in the fog, the shadow that lurks beneath the waves, and those who wander too close to the truth never return. The water surges for a moment, then calms. The mist thickens. With a big splash, the boat turns over and there's silence. You thought I was just a folk tale, didn't you? You will feel it in your bones now that I'm far more than a myth. A lone, echoing splash breaks the silence and a loud scream is echoing through the night. Then, nothing.
Atlantis, a sinking legend. Far beyond the known lands of the ancient world, past the Pillars of Hercules where the sea meets the sky, there was said to be a city of wonder, of beauty, of impossible knowledge and power, Atlantis, described as larger than Libya and Asia combined, rich with precious metals, teeming with life, surrounded by walls of red, white, and black stone. The people of Atlantis were said to be the descendants of gods, a civilization at its peak, overflowing with ambition and pride. But then, in a single day and night, it was gone, swallowed by the sea. The first to speak of Atlantis was Plato, the Greek philosopher over 2,000 years ago. He wrote of it in his dialogues Τίμεος και Κριτίας.
Εν γάρμια ημέρα και νυχτή χαλεπή. Παν το μάχημο, το παροιμήν, εις γην άμα καταποντιστέν υφανίστε. Ως αυτός δε και η Ατλαντής νήσος, κατά αυτόν τον χρόνο, εις το πέλαγος κατά δύσα υφανίστε.
Was it a warning? A story meant to teach humility and balance? Or was it just a memory, passed down and shaped over generations of a real place lost to time? Historians argue, explorers search, and writers dream. But Atlantis remains silent. Just a few words carved in philosophy, echoes lost in water, and a question we will still ask to this day. Was it ever real? Or is Atlantis exactly where it was always meant to be, somewhere between truth and myth? The story of Baba Yaga.
Deep in the woods where the brave do not tread, she waits. The Devourer, Baba Yaga. A wooden hut on chicken legs shifts in the darkness, its timbers groaning like an old beast stirring in its sleep. Her house does not stand, it prowls, it listens, and it hungers. Baba Yaga emerges from the shadows, her crooked fingers grasping the doorway.
Flesh. Young.
A girl trembling holds out a basket, her knuckles white. Some come seeking wisdom, some seek power, but all who come must pay her price. A gift, wise mother.
And the payment?
The girl hesitates, then places a silver necklace beside the food. The air tightens. The trees lean closer. She knows that a gift alone is never enough. She trades in secrets, in fears, in fate.
A gift for an answer?
I want to find my way home, Mother. The trees twist, their branches writhing into a narrow path. Baba Yaga points at her finger. The witch never lies, but her paths are never kind.
Follow the shadows. Step wrong, and the forest will swallow you whole.
The Valkyries, a Norse legend. In the heart of the storm, where blades clash and blood falls on ancient soil, something moves just out of sight. Not a soldier, not a shadow, but a chooser. The Valkyries. In Norse mythology, they are divine maidens, fierce, untouchable, riding winged horses across the sky, their armor gleaming like lightning, and their purpose? To choose. In every battle they watched, silent, unseen, picking the bravest, the boldest, the ones who fought not just with rage, but with honor. And when they fell, not in defeat, but in glory, the Valkyries would descend. One touch, one look, and the soul was lifted from the battlefield and carried to Valhalla. There, the chosen would dine with the gods, drink with warriors, and train for the final battle, Ragnarok, the end of all things. But the Valkyries were not simply angels of mercy. They could be terrifying, cold, unfeeling. In some stories they brought death as much as they delivered salvation. To be chosen by a Valkyrie was to be judged by something divine. Were they real? Spirits of battle born from the storm and steel? Or reminders that sometimes death is not defeat, but a doorway to something greater? Either way, if you ever feel the chill of the wind on your neck in the middle of a fight, you might not be alone. The Valkyries choose, and when they do, you rise. Where no one grows old, Tirnanog.
Tirnanog is a mythical land from Irish folklore, often translated as the land of eternal youth. It is a magical realm where time does not age its inhabitants, and beauty and happiness remain forever untouched by sorrow and decay. This enchanted land is said to exist beyond the mortal world, hidden in the mists, and is home to gods, fairies, and legendary heroes. According to legend, those who enter Tirnanog live without aging, but they can never return to the world they once knew, as time passes differently in this mystical realm. The scene opens on a lush, mystical forest, clearing bathed in golden light. The air shimmers with magic, and the scent of wildflowers fills the air. Neve of the golden hair, a radiant figure with flowing golden locks, stands near an ancient stone archway. A faint, otherworldly melody plays in the background. Two fairies flit about, their tiny wings sparkling in the sunlight. A figure approaches from the edge of the forest.
Welcome, traveler, to pt.2.
The female druid enters dressed in robes made of leaves and vines, carrying a staff adorned with ancient runes. She stops just before the archway, her eyes wide with awe.
pt.2. I had heard of its beauty, but never believed it to be real.
It's very real and very, very old. This land has no age, no decay. It's a place where time holds no sway.
I was called by the ancient song of the forest. The spirits whispered of a place beyond the mortal realm, a land untouched by sorrow. But I was not sure I was meant to be here.
There's no meant to be here. Only those who find us. If you've heard the call, then you're destined to be among us, even for a while. Welcome, wise one. My name is Humdy-Dum. I'm one of the fairies guarding pt.2. Pleased to meet you.
The druid steps forward, crossing the threshold of the archway as the shimmering light of pt.2 envelops her. The fairies and Neve follow her into the heart of the mystical land.
The Kitsune. In Japanese folklore, there are creatures called Kitsune, or else fox spirits, shapeshifters, tricksters, watchers. Some are wise and kind, but others not so much, and all of them are powerful. Kitsune are said to grow wiser as they age, gaining more tails, up to 9. The more tails they have, the more dangerous or divine they become. They can take the form of humans, often young women, and slip into villages, lives, even hearts. There are stories of men who married Kitsune without ever knowing the truth, until one day she disappears, leaving behind only a fox's shadow. But they're not just deceivers. In some tales, they're protectors, messengers of the rice god Inari, guiding the worthy and punishing the cruel. Some say a Kitsune can bless a family for generations, or curse them with madness. The line between illusion and reality is blurry in Kitsune tales. You might think you're speaking to a stranger, a friend, a lover, but when you turn around, they are gone. Only paw prints in the snow. Are Kitsune real? Were they foxes people feared and respected? Or spirits that slip through the cracks between our world and theirs? Either way, if you ever see a flicker of movement just beyond the trees, or catch a pair of golden eyes watching you from the dark, don't follow. Or maybe you already did. So that was it for today, guys. We really hope you enjoyed today's episode and this kind of narration from us. It's been such a fun journey across the world today, exploring these myths and legends together. And who knows, maybe we'll do another episode like this in the future with even more stories from different corners of the world, if that's something you'd like. We'd love to hear your thoughts, and before we wrap up, just a little note, with Easter coming up, we'll be taking a short break to spend time with our families, friends, and loved ones, so our next episode will be out on April 30th. So mark the date. We hope you have a beautiful holiday if you celebrate, and a restful little break either way. Until then, take care of yourselves, and as always, may all your rolls be a natural 20. Bye!